Southern Living said what? Okay, it's time for something really fun. Southern Living, one of the biggest lifestyle magazines in the country, just published a new roundup called 20 Southern Beach Towns So Charming You'll Want to Move There. And two of our towns made the list, Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach. So I'll say it again, Southern Living said what? Now before I dig into what they said about each one, let me be straight with you about something, because I always want to give you accurate information, not just a flashy headline. This isn't a top 20 ranked from best to worst. Absolutely not. Southern Living organized these 20 towns alphabetically by state, Alabama, then Delaware, then Florida, and so on. But again, we made this top 20 list. So Rehoboth landed at number 2 and Bethany at number 3, simply because Delaware comes early in the alphabet. Not because a panel of judges said we beat out St. Augustine or Charleston Sullivan Island. I just want you to have the real story, not a marketing spin, not my style. But here's what is true and is exciting. Out of every stretch of coastline from Texas to Virginia, the Gulf Coast, the Atlantic Coast, all of it, Southern Living chose to feature Delaware not once, but twice. That's a real vote of confidence in what we already know living here. So let's talk about what they said, and then I'm going to add what I know as someone who lives and, of course, sells real estate right here on the ground. So, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, you know I speak about it in, well, nearly every video. And who and what is Rehoboth Beach all about? So Southern Living writers, they leaned into something a lot of people don't expect from a national travel feature. They highlighted Rehoboth as a phenomenal beach town for dog owners. You know I love pups. They specifically called out the Canalside Inn, where four-legged travelers, I call them family, are welcome. And there are even outdoor doggy showers to rinse the sand off after a beach day. So I'll say it again. I love this. And this is one of the angles they picked up on because it says something bigger about Rehoboth. This is a town that is genuinely livable, not just a postcard. It's walkable, it's social. It has that classic boardwalk energy. Thrasher's Fries, saltwater taffy, arcades, lights at night. But it's also a place where daily life just works. You've got a real downtown. You've got Rehoboth Avenue with restaurants and boutiques you can walk to without planning your whole day around it. So I absolutely love that about Rehoboth. The boardwalk, the North Shore homes, it really is, as I call it, quintessential coastal. So I talk to people every week. Rehoboth tends to appeal to folks who want to stay in the middle of things. You've got condos close to the boardwalk if you want low maintenance living. You've got classic beach cottages if you want that character home feel. And you've got higher end homes in neighborhoods like the North Shores if you're looking for something more upscale with a little more privacy, still just minutes from the water and minutes from downtown. The trade-off, and I'll always tell you the trade-off, is that in peak season, June through August, it is busy. Rehoboth is clearly one of the biggest tourist areas of coastal Delaware. Traffic builds up, the sidewalks fill up, restaurants have a wait. So if you're someone who thrives on energy and doesn't mind sharing the spotlight with summer crowds, that's a feature, not a bug. If you want quiet, we'll talk about that in a second, because that's really where Bethany comes in. So absolutely. Bethany Beach, you know that this is really where I hang my hat and call it absolute home. So it is called the Quiet Resorts, and Southern Living called it a family-friendly town and pointed to that nostalgic pedestrian-only boardwalk and the mile-long stretch of sand right along the Atlantic. They also mentioned something that a lot of visitors don't realize. The beach here gets mechanically cleaned 3 times a week, which is part of why it keeps that real postcard look. So again, mechanically cleaned 3 times a week. And Bethany actually markets itself as the quiet resorts, which I've talked about. It's not just a slogan, it is genuinely the vibe here. It's so charming, it's not overwhelming. You've got a bandstand with free summer concerts, ice cream shops, candy stores, and a beach that's wide, clean, and lifeguards all summer long. There's a strict height restriction on buildings here too, which is why a big part of that quiet, quintessential coastal feel is because there's nothing high in the downtown area. So you've got the bandstand, you've got Sea Colony, you've got South Bethany, you've got canals. And for buyers, Bethany tends to attract people who want more space, a slightly slower rhythm. You're gonna find condos, especially in the communities like Sea Colony. But there's also a much stronger presence of traditional coastal single-family homes and second properties. And if you head just south into South Bethany, you're looking at gorgeous, stunning canal front homes, the kind of place where you can literally put a kayak in the water from your own backyard. And you can also put boats in there as well, and boats with big motors. I always tell my clients, neither Rehoboth nor Bethany is the better one. It really comes down to how you picture your day-to-day life. Do you want to walk to a packed restaurant scene and feel that buzz? I call it an energy and the buzz of summer. That's Rehoboth. Do you want mornings that are quieter, neighbors who know your name, and a beach where you can actually hear the waves instead of a crowd? Well, then that's Bethany, and that really defines pretty accurately the difference. But why this matters if you're thinking about relocating, and I really, obviously a lot of my videos are all about encouraging you to learn more, shop more, browse more, and really understand it. But I really wanted to make this video and absolutely celebrate the recognition. But every single week, that I'm chatting on the phone, emailing, texting, individuals that are considering a move to coastal Delaware. For some, it's retirement. For some who are still working, like Debbie, they just want a lifestyle change. And some who just want a second home that could eventually become their full-time home. I lived that journey, so I certainly can speak to it. And when a national outlet like Southern Living puts a spotlight on not just one, but two, you really have to say, it really validates that what I've been feeling and sharing and fallen in love with, I didn't just imagine it. This really is a special stretch of coastline, and it really will bring a lot more attention and a lot more visitors, and over time, more buyers to the area. Not a reason to panic or rush into a decision. It's just great, useful information if you've been thinking about it for a while and wondering whether now is the right time to explore what's out there. Hey guys, as much as I absolutely love making these videos, what I love the absolute most in making the videos is really talking, encouraging, nurturing your desire to know more about coastal Delaware. I've helped countless families. I've helped families from the Mid-Atlantic. I've helped families from the South. I've helped individuals from Metro New York and New England gather the information that helps them make the right decision if relocating here is what they truly want to do. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or for gosh sakes in 2027, I would absolutely love to connect with you. If you've missed the on-screen pop-up, you can certainly find again all of my contact information linked below. Delaware also has become, such a practical decision. We talk about that all the time. No state sales tax. Very, very tax-friendly retirement benefits. And when you compare that to the neighboring states, I relocated from Pennsylvania. I was born in New England. I lived in the Annapolis, Maryland area for 7 years. So I can really tell you that my monthly budget is far more flush living in Delaware than it was in those other states. So that I say it often. I live here, work here, play here, and thrive here. And I want to really help you understand and really take this journey together. So whether it's Rehoboth or Bethany, which one is actually right for you, which one was actually right for me, you know what I chose. I would love to spend some time with you. You know that I'm Debbie Ziskowski. I am a professional realtor. I am an accredited buyer's representative, a senior real estate specialist. That's my whole business. Live, Love, Beach to Bay is something that I've built to share with you to help people from up and down the coast make this move with confidence, not with guesswork. Know before you make the decision. So whether you're drawn to the energy of Rehoboth or the quiet of Bethany, or honestly, you're not even sure, and that is completely normal. I'd love to help you figure it out. Drop me a comment below. Tell me which one piqued your curiosity, Rehoboth, Bethany, or something very different. I read every comment. I respond to every comment, whether you're in the thinking, browsing, maybe serious about exploring a move. You know how to find my calendar link. Debbie, live, love, beach today. Live, play, work, and thrive. Let's really walk through that journey that I went on. And if you're considering a similar journey, it would be my pleasure and privilege to chat. Thanks so much for watching. If this was beneficial, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next one. Until next time.